Hello to my beautiful family of light. Yes, that means you. Welcome to my channel. My name is Claudia. And there's a really wonderful reason that I say that. You are my family of light. In 1992, I was blessed with the experience of taking my mother to the other side when she passed. And not anything I'd ever done before, lift out of my body, take her hand and take her all through the tunnel into all the way to the other side, got to see what was going on over there, met her guides and guardians, and met my own. And in that process, this is something that this story will never change. And the reason it never changes is because when you have an experience of the divine, and that is coming from your heart and not your head, because your head wants to argue with you about things. But when it's coming from your inner guidance system, which is your link to the Creator, our God, our Buddha, Yahweh, it doesn't matter what you call it, great-grandfather, Holy Spirit, you call it what you will. It's important that you have a connection that is something you will maintain and, go with. So, pardon me if I'm not using a phrase you want me to use. Put a note in the comments and I'll try to incorporate it in there, because all of whatever you believe that there's a greater thing than you or me at work out there is true. And so that was what I came back with. I was gone for a couple of weeks from my work, and then slowly had to integrate myself back into a life of normalcy, which is pretty hard to do when you have that experience. You can see yourself, you can feel it, you can look around you, and the whole thing about us being souls here inhabiting this body, it is absolutely so solid in my mind. And now I've had ever since then. So when I came back to my home, my work, once a month, I went down with a minister to a little town in Wyoming called Shoshone, where he was an interim minister for the whole time, all 4 years that I was in Wyoming. And on our way back, oftentimes, because he was a minister, he would stop at the hospital and we would visit people, and I had some wonderful experiences there. Because I had the kind of experiences I did, and I'm a little bit of an introverted person, I don't reach out to people really well, but whenever he stopped to minister to people who were in the church, I would wander and find people. And this one particular time, I found this woman in her 90s, and she was all by herself in the room, and I had walked by a couple times, and finally I stuck my head in and I said, "Can I come in and just say hello?" And she said, "Oh, I'd love to have you." So I came in and we got to talking. She had been a war bride in World War II, and had so many stories. She had fallen in love with this American soldier, and he had come back to America but went back to get her and brought her back with him. And so she left her family and her home country to come to America, and I listened to her and listened to her stories, and she was, so excited to tell me all of the things about her challenges and difficulties, and it was just a privilege for me to be able to do that. Well, she had been waiting for her daughter to come. She did not want to leave before then. And when after I left, I knew about that because she had told me she was waiting for her daughter to come. But I was very happy that I was able to sit and enjoy her company for 45 minutes or an hour, get her stories, and it helped me to establish one of the things that I'm good at, one of the things that, having gone through that experience, I didn't reach out to people very much. I get along with people just fine because I like people a lot, but I am a private person, and so there's a lot that I just hold inside. Well, anyhow, so when I came back and went back into my life and was doing whatever I did out in the community, I'm just all about being little Miss Efficiency. And so anyhow, doing this was a great joy, and the minister and I got to talk about it on the way back. Well, he called me a couple of days later, good friend anyhow, we hiked and all that stuff, and he said, she passed, and she left a message for you that that was what she needed, because her daughter did not come for her until after she was gone. It was too late by then. So, talk about adding honor and privilege, to your life. I became aware that I am good at listening, encouraging people to talk about themselves, their lives, the things that they are happy that they got to do, the things that they regret not being able to do, and all that sort of thing. I would not have done that prior to the experience of taking my mom to the other side. This is another one of those clues about your own life. What are the things that you may be avoiding? I remember putting a little thing up on my mirror in the bathroom that was a little, and I do not remember the whole thing, but the poem was, others, Lord, yes, others. Let this my motto be, that I should live for others the way thou hast lived for me. And it was one of those experiences in which I got to be that. So I'm going to leave you with that message today, and we'll come back to other ways in which you can look at your own life to see where you are maybe avoiding something, or maybe you've been a little afraid, and so step into it. Experiences of the divine have a way of miraculously altering who you think you are. So thank you so much for joining me. I love you so much. These arms go all the way around you and around this earth. Love each other, be kind, and love this earth. Be good stewards of each other in the earth. Until we meet again, what you want to know about me is going to be down in the description. Be well, stay safe, be happy, and know that you are way more than you think you are.